Every leader wants their team to perform as well as possible, but it can sometimes seem impossible to achieve when there are so many variables involved. Dealing with the intricacies of human nature and collaboration can be the biggest challenge of all. And what is meant by a high-performing team anyway? Generally, we're talking about a group of people that thrives as a collective unit. The best teams make the best collaborative use of the specific talents and abilities of each individual in order to create something much more than the sum of its parts. In the rare cases where this is achieved, it looks like magic. The upsides of having a high-performing team are extensive. High-performing teams benefit from greater productivity, much more creativity and innovation, better decision quality, and much better job satisfaction and morale all round. As the leader, you are almost entirely responsible for the performance level of your team. This is partly built on the skill of building the team in the first place and partly on the skill of maintaining that team. You need to provide a driving force for your team, a fundamental direction that everyone is orientated towards. This role, filled by the leader, is completely central and totally critical to performance. Beyond that, you also have many other extremely important considerations to keep in mind, such as keeping the lines of communication open, fostering all kinds of diversity, and leading by example in everything you do personally. The art of hiring is one of the most important things you need to have under your belt in order to succeed as a leader and get the high performance you're looking for from your team. We all know that hiring the right people is the most important thing to do if a high-performing team is the goal we're aiming for. That much is obvious. The challenge comes in actually achieving that because there are so many unknowns involved when it comes to hiring. Of course, we need to get the basics covered. Experience, skills, relevance to the role, and other routine criteria that are always applied when hiring takes place. But is there anything else that leaders can do in the hiring process? Retention can also be an issue. You might find the best possible fit for each of your open positions, but then some of those team members end up leaving your team because the fit turns out to be not so good from their point of view. Hiring is a highly complex area within organizations, hence why most of them have an entire department dedicated to hiring and retaining staff, and rightly so. The key to having the best hiring strategy is to be able to astutely identify skills and traits in each individual that has applied for your vacant position. To be honest, it would really be nice to have some kind of crystal ball that always tells you who to pick based on a magical ability to perfectly read the skills and abilities of each candidate. While there is unfortunately no such crystal ball, you can still get quite close to one thanks to effective intelligence. Beyond hiring, the other thing you must do as the leader is to retain the team that you've built. Broadly, this is achieved by maintaining a high standard of communication and human decency within your team. So many leaders get taken by surprise when their teams fall apart due to members calling it quits. This happens because the leaders neglect the importance of communication. Without that, your team is totally lost. Collaboration and teamwork simply can't happen without that, and motivation and morale quickly evaporate in its absence. Effective communication as a leader requires that you get a handle on engaging and motivating each and every team member, and of course you must recognize and reward their achievements. Give people their own autonomy and responsibility whenever you can, so they feel fully valued. This is absolutely essential. Remember that crystal ball I mentioned earlier? Of course, it would be really nice if such a tool really existed for leaders to use when they're building teams. Well, here's the thing. With effective intelligence, you can come surprisingly close to having that crystal ball at your disposal. This is because the hidden secret to building the highest performing teams is through understanding the thinking style of each team member. This applies equally to both existing team members and potential new ones. Built on the back of over 45 years of research and work inside organizations like Philips, MIT, Harvard, and Nestle, the Rhodes Thinking Intentions Profile provides a totally unmatched way of understanding how a person thinks, which gives you a completely unfair advantage as a leader who wants to build a high-performing team. The Thinking Intentions profile has been used by more than 150,000 people in a huge variety of applications, many of which have been in hiring scenarios where it's made a massive difference to the resulting performance of the teams involved. Furthermore, the Thinking Intentions profile is not a personality test. It offers an extremely insightful readout of the actual thinking strategies of the person involved, so the strategic implications can be immediately assessed in terms of both individual and team performance. It is a truly battle-tested tool that can make a huge difference to your ability to lead your team. Hi, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please leave a like to show support to our channel, and also subscribe if you'd like to get access to more of our content. Also, in the video I mentioned the Thinking Intentions profile. If you'd like to get access to your own Thinking Intentions profile completely for free, then click the link in the video description below and you'll get your free personalized Key Strategic Insight course. I'll see you in there.